Hello, I'm Trent. This is Art and Homesteading, and here we are on a beautiful winter day. We don't get many sunny winter days, so it's nice to be going into this springtime weather where we get more of them. I should say we don't get many sunny days in the winter, but in the spring it's nice to begin to experience that hope of a better season. And I admit, I enjoy winter for certain things too. I'm just outside the front door of our house that is under construction. It is a long process when you're paying for it as you go. And I have a career that I have to take care of otherwise. But let me show you some things that we're planning. This is going to be another unedited video because I'm still trying to work out a good way to do it. In a way that doesn't take all day, and I'm shooting right now on my smartphone, but I have yet to figure out a good way, or well, any way at all, to transfer my videos here to my to my computer indoors in my studio where I have editing software. So until I get that figured out, I hope you'll not mind too much as you suffer through these unedited kind of raw videos. But with that in mind, let me bring you inside and show you what I'm planning, and the kitty will stay out here. So excuse me while I get him off without scratching my shoulder up. Come on, kitty. Ouch! So you have cats that do that? I love these cats, but golly, they don't know their boundaries sometimes. Okay, stay there. All right, as we go in, you'll hear a loud fan, and I'll show you what that's about. Let me turn it off so you can actually hear. So this fan is helping along the natural convection currents. So we've got this hot sunroom in here, which right now, unfortunately, is, well, fortunately or unfortunately, it serves its purpose as a sun room. So we've got some plants out here that surprisingly have survived the deeply cold temperatures that happen at night. But also the other function of this room is to heat the house. That's what I'm going to talk about here in a second. But it also serves as a helpful wintertime storage area. And none of this is garbage. It's all stuff that is useful in some way or another. Part of it for my art shipping stuff, containers and cardboard and such. But anyhow, enough about that. So this fan is to help the currents that are coming from the house. So the cold air, which is at the bottom, flows slowly along here and is being replaced with the hot air that goes out of the sunroom into the house. And to help that natural current, so that happens naturally no matter what we do. But I blow a fan inward to the sunroom. So in other words, I'm helping this cold current come into the sunroom, which creates high pressure in here, and then that naturally makes the hot air come into the doorway. And it all just goes up to the ceiling, but at least it's in the house. And so on nice sunny days like this, which we're seeing more and more often these days, we get to take advantage of the free warmth while we can. So starting here at the doorway, I wanted to show you some of the projects we have in mind, and I'm really excited about it. It tends to be this time of year when we start to think in terms of projects, and I don't know why, but in the winter when we could be really productive, we sort of just like to cuddle up and sort of take a break from projects. And I don't know, it doesn't matter what our intentions are, it always seems that it happens that way. So it just happens that way every year. Part of it is that I don't really like to do concrete, and a lot of the work on this house is concrete related, whether it be sidewalks outside or floor treatments like this, which is concrete made to look like stone. So I planned on working on this all winter, and the way I had figured out the timing, I would have been completely done with everything before springtime. But it's just so hard to do concrete outside when it's freezing cold, because you run into problems if you leave half of a wheelbarrow of concrete outside to freeze while you're working indoors with the other half. That just it ruins concrete. So I've just sort of stayed away from those problems, including cold hands and cold faces and everything, by just avoiding that in the wintertime. But boy, I'm not getting to the point, am I? So what we really want to do is close off this area here, but not close off entirely. We like that there's a door, but we want to put maybe something like swinging, you know, like those saloon or bar doors, but maybe something a little bit more classy. I don't know. Any ideas you guys have? Something more classy than that? Going around here, we want to close this off. It was always the idea, the original plan was to put a great big stained glass window here, and I wanted to learn stained glass and to come up with a really cool design, something kind of timeless, maybe harkening to an older time. But the plan now is possibly to put well, not possibly, we've really decided. We want to put a bookshelf here. It'll probably be just wood, you know, it'll look like cabinetry on this side, with possibly a smaller stained glass piece up there that I will learn how to make. And here, since we don't have much storage in this house because it's kind of old and it's hard to design around an old style house like this where it has big open rooms, especially this really grand entryway. It's quite large. So anyway, so to solve that problem and to close off this room from the rest of the house, you know, so that people don't, you know, come in our front door and, you know, when we answer the door, they won't just see everything and everybody all at once. It just sort of feels, I don't know, it's not really intrusive, but just sort of less private. And it'd just be nice to, you know, if somebody's quietly reading in the living room or eating at the dining room table or cooking in the kitchen, it'd be nice if if this visitor doesn't see all of us at the same time. So part of this idea is just to close it off here. So getting to the point, sorry, this is the downside of unedited videos, but I want to build kind of an old-fashioned looking armoire or wardrobe. I don't know what you'd call it, but deep enough that we can hang up coats. So it'll be like a closet. So a closet size, but not going all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe, I'm thinking 7.5, maybe 7 feet tall. A few feet wide, so it'll come out to here and leave more than enough space to comfortably walk in here well after these cement bags are gone. And so it'll be flat here, but on the other side will be bookshelves, and obviously we'll have to move the couches around. These are pretty nice couches that were given to us, but it's not really our style, so it's a good temporary situation. But we'll have to figure out where we want all the furniture to go. Seems that before we bought this house, when we had our much smaller house in the city, it seemed easier to decorate, with furniture and stuff. I don't know why that is. Now that we have a much larger living room and much larger everything, it seems more difficult to figure out places to put things. Windows, well, I'll come to that in a minute. So this space between the living room and the kitchen will also get that same treatment. It'll be bookshelves on this side. So again, bookshelves in both spaces from the living room perspective. And on the other side, so it'll be a built-in bookshelf on this side, so it'll go in. On the other side, it'll give us a nice flat wall to put upper cabinets. So, because we don't really have a place for upper cabinets, we've always been planning on making a great big, way over here in the dining room, put a big cabinet, like a curio Is that the word? I don't know. You know, with drawers down here, and then a space, like a countertop space, and then big glass doored cabinets. And I'm gonna make that out of some of the old wood that was in the house. So this old rough cut lumber, this type of stuff. Isn't that cool? It's like 2¼ inches thick and like 4½ inches. Or no, these are 2x6s, so I guess it'd be closer to 6½. So much beefier and I think prettier and stronger actually than the kind of wood you can get nowadays in most lumber yards. So several big projects. Another project is to make windows that look like this. This is a true divided pane window, but we only have one of them and it doesn't open. So we want to make something that looks like this that actually opens. So probably what I'm thinking is like the sash would be right there. I really like this configuration of lights. So we'd probably do a 6/9, and it would open like this and have the opening be down here. So I'm gonna go to a cabinet shop and have them make some pieces for me that are closely matching old-fashioned things like this. And I'll figure out, so I'll kind of combine old technology with new, and I'll try my best to get insulated panels like this it happens to be, but I'm gonna make them myself. And yeah, anyway, old style but with some springs and things so that I don't have to dig into this and have weights and pulleys and things, although that would be kind of cool, but way too much work, as if making my own windows from scratch wasn't enough work, right? But I've always wanted to do it just for fun. Just a kind of intense woodworking project that'll challenge me, certainly be challenging, and probably take the rest of my life, but you know, it depends on the year. So, and then if we happen to win a lot of money somehow, we don't gamble, so that might be very unlikely. I'll just work harder, paint more paintings, and find more galleries to sell them for me. That's the way to do it. Anyway, if that happens, then maybe we can just buy some windows. But I still, even in that situation, I would still enjoy making at least some of them. And frankly, buying the kind of windows that I'm describing would be extremely, extremely expensive. So, according to our current income, looks like we're probably going to make them. Another project is to finally finish the fireplace. And, well, you know, just by looking at it, you can tell there are a lot of issues with it, design-wise. But it does work extremely, extremely, extremely well. And anyone of you who have seen our old videos know what's gone into this, and I've talked many, many times about how efficient it is. Right now there's a program locally where, since we have really bad air here, this is northern Utah, southern Idaho area, a shared valley, we have some really bad air in the wintertime. The smog just gets trapped in our little valley. And there's this inversion thing that happens, so the hot air above kind of holds the cold air down below. Anyway, it's terrible, terrible wintertime smoggy weather. And it's bad to breathe outside. So they've come up with a big chunk of money to pay people to give them these so-called super efficient, you know, EPA rated fireplaces to replace their old ones. Well, I looked at the ratings, and I've seen some of these old these fireplaces in action. Some neighbors have them and friends, and we use far, far less firewood per year to heat this huge house than other people do to heat their much smaller houses with these supposed high efficiency heaters. So ours, even though it's ugly as heck, it is so stinking efficient that I can't get myself to take advantage of that program, even free money to have an efficient stove installed, because I know that it's so less efficient than this one. So what I'm going to do, the plan anyway, is to design something that just looks better. You know, I mean, obviously it's not done, and it never was, but golly, it's efficient. We're going to continue this brickwork around to make a nice, beautiful arch, and brickwork up the top, and a mantle, which happens to be that one over there, which is original to the house. Anyway, lots of projects, but I'm super excited about them. And everybody else is upstairs drawing and journaling and playing with Legos. So today I'm not going to go up there and show you everybody, because this is 16 minutes long, and I apologize. Anyway, we'll be going on projects like that, and we'll hope to share them with you soon, and hopefully in the future, not too distant future, I'll have some actual edited videos with music, and it'll be more fun to watch. Thanks for joining me this time, and I'll see you later.